Good morning, YouTube. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday here in New England, and I've got some progress done on the CRX. I did do a bunch of work off camera as far as getting the wiring harness installed and clutch cable, throttle cable, brake cylinder reservoir. I haven't bled the brakes yet. The exhaust is on. However, it starts. So let's go over there, take a look at that, and check out what I've done. So here we have it, the 1988 CRX SI model with B18B, and as you can see, I've kind of got jumper cables spread out everywhere, and the reason that is because the initial startup of this car, as soon as I had the key, I didn't have to put the key in the ignition. I had some weird dashboard lights going on. So that told me there was something strange going on with either the starter, which looked down there like a Chinese rebuilt, reman starter. Those are known to cause that kind of a problem. The other thing that's known to cause that kind of a problem is ground wires. So I've only got one or two really shoddy looking ground wires hooked up to the engine right now with the bolts from the factory and whatnot, and those aren't doing their job. So I've just got some jumper cables simply running from the engine, which is getting the most amount of ground from that cable there, right from the battery, or actually jumper box. So from the engine to the body of the car, just real simple. It doesn't look like it would do all that much, but it helps a whole lot, and all those lights are gone, and this thing starts the way it should. I did have to customize that fuel fitting back there. The light's kind of terrible, but that fitting there, I didn't want to cut it because I don't know what the permanent solution is going to be yet. That's sort of temporary. This whole setup's sort of temporary. So I just want to get the car running so I can move it around the yard, you guys, and you know, get it up near the house so I can kind of tinker with it up there and vacuum and things of that nature. And yeah, we're real close to that scenario. So I got some temporary wiring just to a fuel pump that's actually in a fuel tank back here from like a 97 Civic that just have some lines ran just right to the floor. Those are the factory fuel lines. And again, temporary. The seat is out because this car was kind of a mouse-infested mess. Well, that's unsuccessful. Engine light right now. It does not have a charge light, so apparently I've got the alternator wiring correct, and that thing's actually making some juice. That's good news. So I've got to get the 4-wire O2 sensor wired into this thing, and I got to get the grounds more permanent so it's not just jumper cables everywhere, and then get a battery in over there, fabricate some kind of a battery box, even a temporary one for now. And then, yeah, I should be able to move this car. It's got a clutch, it's got a shifting linkage, it's got throttle response, it's got everything it needs to move around the yard. So that's the next step for this car, is to permanentize everything you see here and get it out from underneath. And it's just sitting there idling. I've been working underneath the BB6 Prelude this whole time. So I really want to get the CRX back outside. That way I can get that loaded, because the ball joints came in. So I can get the wheels and tires and everything on that car, get it a rolling specimen of a Prelude while I'm deciding exactly how the motor situation is going to go. I did get some pistons, some stock pistons for the H22A4 to replace that one piston with the broken skirt, and then the other piston that I had the missing cap on. I'm waiting for those in the mail. They were $1, you guys, on eBay, with of course $20 shipping. Or actually, I think I paid $22.50. For 4 pistons on 4 rods, they're supposed to all be good. No matter how, I might just use them all. If they're numbered, I likely will. Just the way they came. Those caps are probably on the pistons they belong on. And these ones, I'm not sure of. At any rate, let me get back to the car and get that thing so we can get it outside. Real quick, one more thing. I just wanted to show you what Hondas on top of Hondas in here. We got the parts car, we got the EF hatch. If anybody wants to, okay. EF hatch pushed in because it snowed a few days ago and it's been snowing off and on. So this car is just completely stripped of everything. Everything that belongs to it's now inside of it, and the drivetrain is maybe this guy. If it doesn't disappear soon, if somebody doesn't come and want to buy it for cash or trade for something, then this mini-me swap is going in that car. And the harness I didn't butcher for the CRXSI that's running right now, that harness is still all together. It plugs right into that motor. So, I don't know, maybe. Alright, so here it is. Still not exactly what I would call permanent, but I've got a nice thick ground to the strut tower. Left that ground alone. I've got one, you're gonna laugh, right down there to the header, because obviously if that unsalon will melt. Got another one from here to the starter. And when I go inside, oh, I forgot to mention, I did end up having to hardwire that connector there. So I am missing the 6-wire connectors on both sides of the car and the engine, but the way I ended up wiring the harness, the colors were match to match. So no thinking involved. Put it right together. I've got a temporary wire, but now ran from the fuel pump wire to the tank, and then the fuel tank ground to that strut tower there. Of course, a milk crate for a seat for now, so I want to do some work to that car while it's inside. Just get it cleaned up. Looks like it's a little tweaked or bent, so untweak. And then I've of course got to clean the whole interior of this car. It's honestly depressing. Yeah, holes cut in the dash. I've got a lot of work to do still, is the point there. So now, when I had to disconnect the brake switch, that thing wasn't making a solid connection or nothing. So now I've got exactly what I should have on the dash. Turn it off, take the key out, everything goes away. No more stuck on lights. Fires right up. I still got the engine light for the O2 sensor. Yeah, let's try to move the car outside, I guess.